Right now, a WPBF 25 News special presentation. WPBF 25 News Chronicle. Algae crisis. State of emergency.
We've never seen it this bad.
Real health concerns.
We now know it's toxic.
Our way of life threatened.
Stop polluting our paradise.
Wildlife impacted. Businesses suffering.
I had to let about half my staff go.
Had to turn everyone away.
You've got to be working on this 24/7.
We hear you. Over the next hour, WPBF 25 News investigates the dangerous health implications.
You don't know what's in that algae.
The firestorm surrounding causes and solutions.
We have an environmental catastrophe happening right now.
It's an absolute embarrassment.
And how the problem could affect more of our area.
Covering acres.
Hear from local leaders with significant stakes in the crisis. And get your questions answered by experts. This is WPBF 25 News Chronicle. Algae crisis. Here are Felicia Rodriguez, Tiffany Kenny, and Todd McDermott.
Thank you so much for taking the time to join us tonight. We know the algae crisis is an issue that is so important to our community, and we want to keep this conversation going.
So tonight, for the next hour, we are bringing you the most important information on the toxic blue-green algae that's invading and contaminating our South Florida waterways.
The Army Corps of Engineers is now scaling back flows from Lake Okeechobee into the St. Lucie River, but is it too late? Martin County officials have extended their state of emergency. This follows Governor Rick Scott declaring a state of emergency for Martin, Lee, St. Lucie, and Palm Beach counties last week. The concern is so great in the St. Lucie River, several beaches were forced to close during the busy holiday weekend.
Now here's the very latest on the algae crisis. Governor Rick Scott announced he will propose additional funding in his 2017 budget to help clean the Indian River Lagoon and the Caloosahatchee River.
Also, Florida Power and Light just agreed to take on and store billions of gallons of water from the lake each month to help stop the flow and the growth of that toxic algae.
Right now, all beaches are open for swimming in Martin County. The no swim advisories were lifted yesterday after county officials say no blue-green algae was found in the waterways. So what caused this toxic trouble in our waters that makes living in and visiting South Florida so special?
Investigative reporter Terry Parker has more on how this emergency started and when boaters and business owners sounded the warning.
Where you can just see massive amounts of green-like mayonnaise substance that is toxic washing up all over our shore.
It is unprecedented. We've seen blue-green algae now throughout the St. Lucie estuary. There are very few places that are untouched by the algae at this point.
Governor Scott's declared a state of emergency in Martin and St. Lucie counties.
How did this toxic blue-green algae crisis begin? In January, the Army Corps of Engineers began releasing billions of gallons of water from Lake Okeechobee to reduce the lake level. If the water gets too high, the dike could breach and flood thousands of homes. In May, people reported seeing algae on the lake shores.
The whole shoreline was lined up, just piled up with the algae.
And by June, the gushing water released from the lake carried the algae east to the St. Lucie River.
We got this sample at the St. Lucie Lock and Dam,
where it bloomed and spread in the hot, rainy conditions.
You can see all the oysters are dying and they're coated with this algae.
Fishermen's catch dwindled from thousands of pounds to a few hundred.
All the fish, they're gone. They go offshore to get out of it.
Anybody that fishes for their livelihood, nobody wants this happening. It needs to stop.
Businesses closed on the Treasure Coast. People's fears and anger increased.
You've got to be working on this 24/7 like everyone's life depends on it.
And the algae kept spreading, suddenly coating most of the St. Lucie estuary and smothering Martin County, spotted as far south as West Palm Beach. What about this algae concerns you?
It's not natural. It's toxic.
And then making its way to the ocean and beaches.
What we never anticipated is that we would see blue-green algae occurring in our coastal waters and along our beaches. That had never happened before.
Beaches closed ahead of the 4th of July, marina workers wearing surgical masks, and as the world's eyes turn to Florida, politicians admit it's a crisis.
The impact this is going to have on tourism, the impact this is going to have on property values, the impact that it's having on small businesses.
Senator Marco Rubio, one of those saying there is no easy government fix.
But I mean, these are systems that have been in place now for decades. And it could not have anticipated the explosion of development, everything that's come along the path.
And in fact, there is no consensus on the true cause.
Yes, the LACO discharges must be stopped, but I am tired of people complaining that that is the only problem.
With a state of emergency in place, surgical masks a new staple of life, and wildlife struggling to survive, people are looking for answers to this algae crisis.
We've got all these dead fish floating up. I hope nothing else floats up dead. It's disgusting.
My goodness, and Terry, you've been covering the story really from the very beginning. Do you think the story has just blown up since the algae started reaching the beaches and the marinas?
Well, Ashley, polluted runoff has been a concern for years. In 2013, there were also algae blooms, but nothing like what we're seeing now.
And Terry, many people point straight at Lake Okeechobee as the source of the algae. Do you believe this is true?
Well, there are other sources contributing to the algae, but NASA satellite pictures taken this week clearly show blue-green algae blooms covering Lake Okeechobee and pouring into the St. Lucie Canal.
We're going to have those images a little later in this special. Terry, thank you.
Thank you.
Todd?
I got the chance to see this blue-green toxic algae firsthand on a boat right on the St. Lucie River. It's about 24 hours ago, and the photos, video, even the verbal descriptions you've heard really are not enough. It is thick, it stinks, it's revolting, and it is clear, unlike the river water, this kind of algae could kill our waterways and a way of life. The 7 miles of the St. Lucie River's salty water running through Martin and St. Lucie counties might look fine at a glance. But the river is getting choked to death. Marine biologist Dr. Zach Judd fishes these waters. Floating through the worst of the contamination, those waters disappeared under reeking, rotting green sludge.
Fishing is what drew me to a career as a fish scientist, and to see this, I mean, it's heartbreaking.
And stomach turning. It is as putrid as you've heard.
It smells like feces. I mean, it really smells like rotting flesh. It's nauseating.
It is so thick by the dock here.
Yep.
It is like a pool cover. The scientist describes it as looking like neon green antifreeze.
This particular type of algae floats. The cells have a little bit of air gas trapped in them. They float at the surface. They're buoyant. So imagine if you spilled a million little bits of styrofoam in the water. They're going to move around and blow around. This algae bloom works essentially the same way.
But where the algae has not clumped together in a mass, the water can still be full of the same toxins the algae is releasing. A chemical known as BMAA, among others, an amino acid linked to neurological disorders in humans.
What we're going to get is just a mat of floating green algae.
So thick.
Oh, God.
So thick.
Unbelievable.
How low did that go? A couple inches?
Yeah.
If it dies and decays and sinks, what does that do to the water here?
That's where we run into fish kill issues. If this entire mat of blue-green algae were to die off and start to get broken down by bacteria, think of your compost bin. We start to see oxygen levels dropping, and fish need oxygen in the water to breathe.
Before we left the cove, I had to get my own sample, and not the scientific or really safe way. I couldn't even detect where the water was underneath that green goo. And we found it upriver, too. Imagine putting your waterfront home on the market in this mess, let alone owning a water sports-related business. And this scientist doesn't waver on where the algae comes from.
This stuff is growing in Lake Okeechobee, and then it's being delivered to our doorstep.
On the top.
On the top, yes.
If somebody tells you it's only along the riverbanks or in marinas, they're wrong. We found ourselves surrounded by huge swaths of the algae out in the river.
This is not a dead-end canal or marina. You're looking at a shoreline here in Stewart that has a ribbon of floating blue-green algae as far as I can see.
A lot of the water experts agree the only long-term solution is creating filtration marshes south of Lake O, on land now used for agriculture, specifically the sugar business. Lake water releases could be filtered there, but a state option to buy that land came and went.
We had the option to purchase a tremendously valuable piece of land south of the lake that could have been used to ameliorate the effects of this freshwater inflow that we're dealing with here in Stewart, and that offer was passed up on.
Looking closely into the river water, green flecks are everywhere. That is more algae ready to start sticking together, forming another mass. If only the people who could fight this problem could join together and act as quickly.
What do you even do next? When you look at a disaster like this, that our government is allowing to happen. I think that's probably the hardest part for me to swallow. This is an issue that our federal and state governments are allowing.
Senator Marco Rubio, who just toured the worst of the algae on the St. Lucie River a few days ago, is kind enough to join us now to talk about the issue. Senator Rubio, thanks again for taking the time. And first off, I'd like to know, did your perception of the problem match the reality you got to see with your own eyes?
Well, the reality, when you get close to it, just the smell of it alone is something that's hard to explain to people until you've been there. The closest thing I can compare it to is such an open sewage canal or something along those lines, some of the stuff you might see in a third world country. I mean, it's that horrifying. And to think that people are living next to this. We visited a homeowner who had invested so much at a beautiful property, and then this stuff sitting there in the back, and really no idea of when it's going to go away. I mean, it could be there for a long time, and the toxic impact of it. So one thing is to see the pictures, another thing is to get up close to it.
Senator, you called for immediate stoppage or a great reduction of the water discharges from Lake Okeechobee. You'd agree, though, that's a very temporary fix for all this.
It is. It is. It would help it flush out a little bit in the short term. Look, the long-term way to solve this is to have cleaner water in Lake Okeechobee, less nutrients, and then to have clean water discharged directly south into the Everglades. That's the way to solve it. That's the way it used to be before we developed homes and all the other canal systems that are now in place. In the absence of that, the water will continue to be pumped out to the east and to the west, and we're going to continue to see these problems. So that's why I continue to push on the Central Everglades Planning Program, which would create projects that would allow us to achieve that goal. And the sooner we can get there, the better it's going to be. I know that's not an immediate answer to the people that are suffering now, but we're going to be dealing with this for a long time if we don't get that part of it solved.
What about the plan that has come and gone, really, to buy that land south of the lake, mostly owned by the sugar industry, that could be used as a filtration marsh before any of that water gets to the waterways? Florida had a shot to buy that land. The option came and went. Would you support a second effort to actually buy that property?
Well, that's a state issue. If the state wants to spend its money going through eminent domain, it's going to be very expensive. You're going to pay those landowners a tremendous amount of money, and it's going to take many years. What I don't want is I don't want us to lose focus on the projects that we already own the land for and that we have in place and we need to move forward on. And we know, for example, that the Central Everglades Planning Program will allow us to retain more water north of the lake. It will allow us to have cleaner water in the lake. It will allow us to retain more water and clean it before it goes south into the Everglades. And ultimately, that is the best solution. And those plans are in place now. We just need to move forward and get it done at the federal level. I don't want to see money taken away from that project to buy a bunch of land for projects that haven't even been designed yet.
Senator, I know that you took some heat from protesters when you were in Martin County about your connection to the sugar industry. Can you assure people there that you are not swayed in your views on this issue by any contributions from Big Sugar or anyone else?
Yeah, again, what I don't understand is this argument that somehow buying this land is bad for the sugar industry. If you bought this land through eminent domain, they're gonna make a lot of money on this very valuable land through eminent domain, which means they're going to get it at its highest price possible in many cases. So this is not about the sugar industry helping the sugar industry or hurting the sugar industry. This is about allowing more clean water to flow from Lake Okeechobee into the Everglades, and the way to do that is to move forward on the Central Everglades Planning Project, which is what all the scientists have designed. It's the projects that have been put in place to deal with all this, and it's been held up in Washington for years before I got here, and we're finally going to be able to move forward on it, I hope, in September.
Senator, in the end, ultimately, who's responsible for making sure that water that flows out of the lake and into our waterways is clean and safe?
I think it's a combination of obviously the Corps of Engineers that controls the flows, the South Florida Water Management District that's involved in many of these projects, and obviously through that the state, the federal government to step up to the plate and provide its share of the funding that it hasn't done for years before I even got here. We're finally starting to make progress on that. Again, I know it's not a quick and easy answer for the people that are hurting, but this is the way we are ultimately going to make this better.
Senator Marco Rubio, thank you so much for participating in our program tonight.
Thank you.
Tiffany and Felicia, back to you.
Last week, Senator Bill Nelson also toured an area in Stuart.
And while the problem is easy to see, one of the first things he noticed was the smell.
It smells like rotting algae. And if you grew up in Florida, you've smelled rotting algae, but that doesn't help us with the river. It kills the river.
Nelson says he supports using eminent domain to force sugar farmers to sell their land to the state so that water from Lake O can move south instead of east into the Treasure Coast waterways.
Now, right now, we are asking on Facebook, what concerns you most about the algae crisis? Marine life, your health, the environment, or the economy? You can take part in our poll right now on our Facebook page, and we'll show you the results throughout the special.
Now, we are listening to all of your concerns, and we want to help you get your questions answered about this algae crisis. We have a team of experts standing by live right now to take your questions on social media for the next hour. It's happening on our WPBF 25 Facebook page, or you can tweet us using the hashtag algae crisis.
Still ahead, wildlife in danger.
He kept coming up for air, and he had algae just in his nose and his mouth, his eyes.
Sea creatures struggling to stay alive in the polluted waters. What's being done to help them? Plus all the finger pointing. So who's to blame? The major industry being called out for being the cause of the contamination. You're watching WPBF 25 News Chronicle Algae Crisis.
Thanks so much for staying with us. Just hours ago, we got a statement from Florida Crystals in response to concerns about the sugar industry and its potential role in the algae crisis. Now, they released a statement that reads in part, quote, "The algae blooming along Florida's coastal waterways is concerning to everyone, and it is understandable that many are anxious for answers. But farmers south of Lake Okeechobee are not the cause of the blooms." They went on to say the fact is the waterways experiencing the algal blooms are northeast of our farming region. Now, everyone agrees our waterways are facing an emergency with these toxic algae blooms, but not everyone can agree on how to fix the problem. We reached out to U.S. Sugar for comment on this issue. They would not go on camera, but they did provide two people willing to talk about the sugar industry and its impact locally. Joining me now is Carson Turner, a local business owner and Hendry County Commissioner, as well as John Hunley, the owner of Hunley Farms. And John's Farms grow crops as well as sugarcane for U.S. Sugar, Sugar Growers Cooperative, as well as other producers. Thank you so much both for joining us here tonight. And gentlemen, there has been a lot of finger pointing for years. The sugar industry has been blamed for polluting the Everglades, specifically the runoff, mostly from U.S. sugar farmers. Is the sugar industry to blame for this algae crisis? Let me start with you, Commissioner.
Well, I would say absolutely not. I think that, data point after data point shows that the water coming into the lake on the north side is tremendously dirtier than the water that is running off of the farm fields south of the lake. We've implemented a tremendous amount of best management practices throughout the years, and year after year, the farms south of Lake Okeechobee are showing that they routinely have water that is cleaner, that is going back into the system, and for the most part, there is none of that water that is going back into the system. It is being used on those farms. So I think that you have a big target that's out there, and it's easy to want to have someone to villainize, but I don't think that's correct.
John, you're a farmer. I'm sure you get this a lot. What is your take on this?
Well, I'm a third-generation farmer, and we started our 82nd year in Palm Beach County in the EAA, and very proud of what we do. We produce a lot of fresh vegetables as well. We're investing millions of dollars in food safety buildings for the fresh vegetables. So it's not just the sugar industry that gets impacted. Taking land out of production just does not seem to be the proper thing to do. There's already land that's been purchased within the basin that I think has to be used first, and the projects need to keep that momentum coming so that that the water can be clean going into the basin and into the estuaries.
Now, last year there was an opportunity for the governor and the South Florida Water Management District to purchase some 46,000 acres south of Lake Okeechobee to essentially be used as retention ponds, to build reservoirs. However, they passed on the chance to buy that land. Many people are saying they made the wrong decision because this could have been part of the solution. How do you feel about that?
Yeah, I think that's really the crux of the discussion point for me. You hear the phrase, buy the land, send the water south. It sounds so simple, it sounds so easy, it's the quick fix. The reality is that's not going to be the solution. Buying the land would simply take our eyes off the prize of completing $2.5 billion worth of projects that we have with SERP and SEP. And I know that those aren't short-term solutions either. I think, having the concept of buying land is one of the most negative impacting results one of the most negative impacting issues that could occur, and I think that it would disrupt the whole process.
But occur because of your community.
Oh, it would absolutely it would be so detrimental to our community to take those lands out of production. I mean, the job loss and all of that would basically create ghost towns around the southern end of the lake. But I think from a standpoint of, most importantly, it takes the focus off of the projects that need to be completed. There is no short-term solution to this issue. This is a very large beast whenever we're talking about the footprint of 730 square miles of Lake Okeechobee and the entire Kissimmee watershed that flows in on the northern end. That is where the problem and the focus needs to be. The water coming in on the north end and how dirty it is, and how do we stop that process and perhaps maybe stack a little bit more and slow the process down, and there is no temporary fix.
Well, we hope that at some point we can all come together to find a solution to this problem that is plaguing our waterways. Gentlemen, thank you both so much for joining us here tonight. I appreciate you coming in on the program.
Thank you.
Tiffany, back to you.
Video and photos of the blue-green algae have been pouring into our newsroom, but this video went viral. A manatee struggling to find fresh water and a place to swim. Aaron Guy talked to the local man who shot the video and rushed to help the sea cow in need.
It's blanketing Treasure Coast waterways, and while we don't like what it means for our businesses or how it's impacting our life on the water, there are creatures who have to live in these waters, and they are struggling.
Between the thick green algae, this manatee anxious to find fresh water. Look at him! Adam Pallas and his family took this video on their dock in Stewart.
Saturday and Sunday, it was about 6-7 inches of blue algae, the entire canal. It reeked of a dead body. You couldn't be outside for more than 30 or 40 seconds.
In fact, take a look, his 5-year-old won't even go outside without a mask on. So when they saw this poor manatee peering through the thick algae, they weren't happy.
He kept coming up for air, and he had algae just in his nose and his mouth, his eyes just covered in it. So we filmed that, and I decided to go get him some fresh water. So I went and got the hose, and I know it's illegal, but when you see that animal struggling like that, and I instantly put the water there, and about 5 seconds, 10 seconds later, he popped up.
He says he doesn't care if he could be fined for offering the fresh water. He knew that mammal needed help. And he says all the creatures that call this water home must be struggling because this once busy waterway, typically full of fish, is now silent, silently covered in blue-green, pungent algae. He says it has to stop.
It's slowly poisoning manatees and dolphins and fish. It's heartbreaking. It's pathetic, actually, that we're going to allow this to keep happening.
I reached out and was able to talk to Bush Wildlife, and they say the problem is they don't know the long-term effect on the manatees or any of the creatures in the water. They say, in fact, that's the most concerning part of all of it. In the studio, Aaron Guy, WPBF 25 News.
Aaron, thank you. And our web team continues to add more photos to our slideshow of the algae crisis. You can see the photos by downloading the WPBF 25 News app. This app is free for your Apple and Android device. You can also share those pictures to your own Facebook or Twitter account. Todd?
Tiffany, thanks. State Senator Joe Negron of District 32 joins us now. Your district includes parts of Palm Beach County, Martin, St. Lucie, and Indian River County. I pulled this out of the river yesterday. I will not ask you to either hold it or smell it. Thanks for coming in tonight, but really, Senator, you know about this issue. This is, as we keep saying, this is maybe the worst it's been, but it's not new. How did we ever get to this point?
Well, I think we have a basic problem in that we have a lake that when we have a lot of rainfall rises to a level where the Army Corps of Engineers, which is exclusively in charge of controlling that lake, they decide they're going to release water east and west regardless of the catastrophic effects that it has on the estuary. So what I've tried to do in my role in the state Senate is in 2013, as you remember, we had the select committee. We didn't just talk, we didn't have meetings and then do nothing. $230 million of actual projects. We're bridging the Tamiami Trail 2.5 miles. We have water projects that are coming on place that we can store water. We're building the C-44 reservoir. What we really need to do now, the Army Corps needs to give us a week or two break from releases in their entirety so that we can recharge.
That's short term. Now long term, I know you're the incoming Senate president. It gives you a bit of power here, some pull. You have an idea to perhaps control those water releases long term, but I'm wondering how that works because the Army Corps is a federal agency. We're talking about state government. How do you get that to really work through legislation?
Well, I think what we have to do is we have to find places to store water. Because of the governor's emergency order, and he's also asked tonight for the president to declare a natural disaster in our community, which I hope President Obama will do, we need to find water storage wherever we can find it. The governor has arranged for some water to be kept north of the lake by the South Florida Water Management District, which was able to reduce the discharges by about 1/3. I believe in what the UF Water Institute says, which is that we are going to need 50 to 60,000 acres south of Lake Okeechobee to have a permanent reservoir. I've committed to my constituents that we're going to find the best place to store water. How much is it going to cost? How can it be done efficiently? And I think that is going to be part of the answer, because we don't have places for the Army Corps to send this water.
So why
They're
not
going to
buy
continue.
that? Why not buy that land south of the lake?
I think we should. I think we should, and I think we will. There's a misnomer out there that the only entities that own land south of the lake is the sugar industry. That's not true. There are lots of private landowners south of the lake. There are also parcels available that are not in maximum production. We have to figure out ways to convey the water to that area. But I think an essential element in the long-term solution is to have places for the water to be stored south of the lake.
State Senator Joe Negron, incoming Senate President, thank you for joining us.
You're welcome. Thank you.
Very much appreciated. And we'll be right back.
In minutes, your questions answered. Major health concerns over the algae crisis. New advice, how to keep you and your family safe. Plus, what you need to watch out for that could mean danger in the water. You're watching WPBF 25 News Chronicle, Algae Crisis.
We are listening to all of your concerns, and we want to help you get your questions answered about the algae crisis. We have a team of experts standing by live to take your questions on social media for the next 30 minutes. That's on our WPBF 25 Facebook page, or you can tweet us using the hashtag algae crisis. Our reporters have been covering the blue-green algae problems plaguing our waterways for several years.
And people who see it say it looks bad enough, but the smell has a lot of people wearing masks because of the potential health hazards.
Now, reporter Angela Rozier has been doing this story for weeks. She's seen it firsthand. She's live tonight in Palm City. Ange?
Todd seen it, smelled it, and talked about it. And the people who live, work, and play here along the St. Lucie River, where they are disgusted about all of this. Now, the people I've talked to about this blue-green algae here that's hovering over the waterways in Martin County, they say it's the worst they've ever seen. I talked to the Gittin family today here in Palm City, and they tell me the smell is so bad they're keeping the kids indoors. I talked to commercial fishermen last week. One guy told me he hasn't worked for 2 weeks and he'll have to start painting again, and employees at a local marina are concerned about their health. Some blame the Lake O discharge, some blame septic tanks, some blame Big Sugar. The bottom line, everyone wants the problem fixed now.
I grew up in Martin County, just moved back 2 years ago, and this is nothing like the waterways that I grew up with and knew and understood, and I can't even let my children enjoy it.
Well, the governor made an announcement today. He says he'll push state legislators to spend millions to battle the algae bloom problem. Right now, everyone says they just want to wait. They want this problem solved, so they're going to wait and watch. Reporting live in Palm City, Angela Rozier, WPBF 25 News.
Straight ahead, who's to blame? The multiple agencies responsible for protecting and patrolling local waters. An in-depth look at their procedures and policies. Plus, protecting the wildlife. How a local marine life center will be able to detox sea turtles impacted by toxic water. This is WPBF 25 News Chronicle, Algae Crisis.
Thanks so much for staying with us. We know you all lead very busy lives, so we do appreciate you carving out the time to be with us tonight.
And tonight we want to bring you new information on the algae crisis contaminating South Florida waterways.
We are investigating every angle of this story tonight, from the long-term environmental impact to who's really to blame for the problem, and how to protect yourself and protect your family. We know this is an issue important to our community.
With so many local, state, and federal agencies monitoring South Florida waterways, many people are wondering just who is responsible for the algae crisis.
FWC, the Army Corps of Engineers, and South Florida Water Management District are just some of the agencies involved.
Our investigative reporter, Terry Parker, took an in-depth look at each group's involvement, and she posed this question: could each of them have done more to stop this crisis before it started?
Who opened the St. Lucie locks and let all that nutrient-laden brown water foaming with blue-green algae into the rivers and estuaries? The governor calls it an emergency. You might think the governor could simply stop it.
The state doesn't have any control of the discharges of Okeechobee.
True, the governor doesn't control lake discharges. He does appoint board members to the South Florida Water Management District. That board controls water going south into Lake Okeechobee and makes decisions on opening flood control systems throughout the state to release waters from canals and wetlands. They also give input to the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers about lake releases. But it is the Federal Army Corps of Engineers that decides when to release millions of gallons of water east and west from Lake Okeechobee. something they have to decide based on the lake's water level. And if it gets too high, how much of a risk there is of the dike breaching.
Certainly, we recognize this is a very delicate balance, and we recognize that there is a disaster that's underway in Martin County in the St. Lucie estuary. We're very sensitive to that.
Army Corps spokesman John Campbell tells me despite the algae crisis, they have a bigger potential catastrophe to avert.
We still have to aggressively manage the water to prevent widespread property damage that might result from a breach or even loss of life.
The Army Corps built the Herbert Hoover Dike and the flood control canals and locks in the 1940s and 50s. They're antiquated, and the Corps is building new systems to replace them and to store more water.
Until those projects come online, we have to continue operating the system that we have, and it was designed in the purposes of flood control to send water to the coast as quickly as possible.
Regardless of the destruction it might cause.
Right, so regardless of, again, it was designed during a time where environmental considerations were not as valued as they are today.
Well, who else is in charge? The Department of Environmental Protection tests the water. The Fish and Wildlife Commission is in charge of protecting wildlife and checking the ocean for any algae. And local governments don't have much control at all when it comes to algae coating their canals and beaches. Todd?
Terry, thanks. Now, we toured the St. Lucie River by boat just 24 hours ago, and anyone who sees and smells the algae, as we've been saying, knows it is a killing machine for the water, the wildlife, and maybe a way of life. Somebody else who's seen it up close is Congressman Patrick Murphy, who represents that area. Representative Murphy joins me now live from Washington, D.C. Congressman Murphy, I'll give you credit. You went to work on this as a freshman congressman right away. There was even a high-profile hearing regarding funding water projects to help cut off these polluted water discharges. 3 summers later, here we are. It's worse than ever. Why?
Well, Todd, first of all, thank you for covering this. Thank you for taking the time to continue to raise awareness in the community. And that's exactly what we tried to do 3 years ago, where we had about 20 members of Congress, we had senators, we had leadership. We had folks from the district take the time out to come to Washington, D.C. to tell folks in Washington what an important issue this was. Since that time, we've gotten about $2 billion of funding for projects like C-44, more funding for the dike, ultimately trying to send more water south. But in a year like this, it's been devastating, unfortunately, with historic levels of rainfall back in January. We issued a letter to the president because we were so concerned about what could possibly happen this summer. And unfortunately, all of those fears are coming true right now with these devastating discharges with this algae bloom that is now becoming national news. So we are going to continue pushing to ensure that we have full funding, that we are passing the SEP plan, right? I am urging my colleagues in the House and the Senate to pass that legislation that ultimately helps send this water south. You know, making sure that we are storing more water north of the lake, east and west of the lake, that we are continuing to look at programs like water farming, that we're funding the estuaries more. There are some programs there to do that, to stop some of these septic discharges, moving more towards sewer. So there's quite a few things we're looking at making progress on, but you just have a total compilation of bad circumstances happening, creating a devastating circumstance at home.
Congressman, where do you stand on this issue of buying the land south of the lake? I talked to Senator Rubio about this a few minutes ago. You're running against him perhaps in the fall if you get the nomination. He was non-committal on it. State Senator Joe Negron likes the idea. It's about filtering the water before it gets south. Is this something that the state should take another shot at to buy this land?
Well, look, the voters spoke. Amendment 1 passed with 75% of the voters saying they want more money going toward land conservation and preservation. Ultimately, we have to try to restore Mother Nature's flow of water south. It's never going to be 100% of what it was, but we have to start making those steps. Amendment 1 was a huge victory for the environment, for our district, for the Everglades as a whole. And I'm urging the governor and those in Tallahassee to take the necessary steps to spend that $600–700 million to start buying that land, so then the federal government can continue doing what they can by passing SEP and SERP, ultimately building these projects to build that flowway south. But like you said, right now you can't simply move that water south. It's got to be treated. That's why having the land is so important, so you have enough space where the water can be naturally filtered and cleaned before it hits Everglades National Park. Congressman, you sent a letter to the EPA. Now, I've seen the response. You posted on your website, and it
sounded like more of the same, that we support studies, we support research, we support other projects, but there was no real there. Why the inertia to not do anything right now or do enough? I know it's a long-term issue, but it would seem that there are a lot of Band-Aids being thrown around right now.
Well, getting the EPA to start reviewing the water samples, to looking at the toxicity of the water, and going forward looking at the air quality is going to be a big step, because that's going to build our argument to make sure that we are getting a federal state of emergency declared. We called for that, a while ago, and I was glad to see that the governor finally followed our lead to call on the president to get this state of emergency. With that would come extra funding, extra resources to help alleviate some of the problems we're having right now at home. There is no, simple solution that could happen overnight. And that's been one of the most frustrating parts of this whole thing is, every time I go home, seeing this algae killing, my backyard, talking to constituents every day. A couple weeks ago, toward a small marina there in Martin County, talking to the marina owner who's having lung problems. Her husband can't sleep at night. The kids I talk to can't go to day camp. The fish are dying. The birds can't eat. I mean, this is devastating. So we are trying to ensure that people at the highest levels, and I've had a chance to talk to the president himself, the vice president, right? People in leadership in the Congress to say, we've got to get the funding necessary to send this water south to build these projects. But we've got a lot of work to do.
Congressman Patrick Murphy, we wish you luck with that, and thank you for joining us tonight. Tiffany?
Thank you.
This is not the first time toxic algae has impacted our waterways. In the summer of 2013, we saw similar conditions that killed marine life and crippled local businesses.
It's just too late. This situation has been going on for years and years and years.
This was the scene on the Treasure Coast just 3 years ago. People upset over the blue-green algae ruining beautiful waterways and local businesses.
I'm being put out of business. Nobody's going to fish in that river.
The algae crisis back then prompted visits by Governor Rick Scott.
The federal government's got to start showing up and doing their job. They got to start funding the projects. The Corps can't make things happen.
And Senator Bill Nelson, who surveyed the St. Lucie River from above.
Well, the message is that help's on the way, but it's going to have all the parties working together.
By mid-August of that year, frustrated and angry, thousands of people formed a human chain along the Martin County shoreline. Their message was loud and clear.
When I see this happening, it just makes me sick and mad as hell.
Just a few days later, local water management officials approved a plan to send discharges from Lake Okeechobee south into the Everglades, easing the pollution in the St. Lucie River. But at the time, officials warned the cost would be in the billions and it would take years to see the impact.
This is a marathon, it's not a sprint, and we need to stay vigilant for decades to come, and we need to make sure that the state and federal government understand and hear our voices on a daily basis until such time as they have something in concrete that will fix these problems.
By Labor Day, the algae had still not cleared. And like this year's 4th of July, there were few boats on the water over the holiday weekend.
I can't really take my little sailboat out on the St. Lucie any longer. I can't fish off my dock any longer. The manatees and the dolphins I used to see out the back door are gone. I don't even see mullet jumping anymore.
And here we are again. Of course, people are praying that this algae crisis this summer does not last nearly as long and run into the next holiday, Labor Day, like it did back in 2013. Todd?
Tiffany, you said praying, we say amen. Protecting the environment and our ecosystem is a major concern for people and scientists during this algae crisis. Joining me now, Deborah Drum, who's the ecosystem manager for Martin County. I want to let you go here with this and tell me, if there is one thing we could do right now, if you had the power, what would you do to try to mitigate the circumstances we're in right now?
Well, the most important thing we're focusing on right now is really some short-term options to help the community most immediately. And so we're looking at different technological options to actually remove the algae from areas where it's accumulated in some of the still water areas to try to provide some relief to residents who either have to live or people who have businesses around these areas. So we are looking to work with companies. We've gotten over 25 contacts with people who have contacted us saying they have a technology that could help us. And so we are pursuing those. We're asking the state for some assistance to do that.
Deborah, I'm running out of time. I want to ask you real quick, how quick can this start?
This can happen as quickly as we can convene an interagency team with the state of Florida and the local government.
I'm just going to believe that that is quick. Deborah Drum, thank you.
Thank you.
I appreciate it. Let's go to Tiffany.
Well, all evening long, we have been asking you what concerns you most about the algae crisis, and here are the real-time results of our poll. I think we have, here we go. It looks like marine life, 48%. That's what concerns most of you, but you can see health and environment also tops that poll.
Well, we are listening to all of your concerns, and we want to help you navigate any questions you may have about this algae crisis. We have a team of experts standing by live right now to take your questions on social media for the next 15 minutes. That's on our WPBF 25 Facebook page, or you can tweet us using the hashtag algae crisis.
Still ahead, warnings for the water.
I think at this time, because we don't know enough about the long-term consequences of an algae bloom like this, we have to use the utmost of caution.
Important information, all the ways you can keep your family safe. Plus, a closer look at a local state-of-the-art facility dedicated to protecting marine life. You're watching WPBF 25 News Chronicle, Algae Crisis.
Throughout this 1 hour special, we've been asking you to send in your questions about any health concerns you have regarding the blue-green algae in our waters. And joining me is Dr. Scott McFarland of Palm Beach Gardens Medical Center. Dr. McFarland, thanks for being with us. What are some of the top questions you're hearing from people tonight on social media?
Well, the most interesting one was the girl who said, my boyfriend bet me $100 I wouldn't jump into an algae pond.
Did she?
Yes, for $100.
So she could really be in danger. What are some of the health risks she could
Absolutely.
face?
There are so many toxins in this. They're being measured now. But there are neurotoxins that can potentially cause Alzheimer's. They can potentially cause Lou Gehrig's disease, amyotrophic or lateral sclerosis. The skin toxins. We see a lot of rashes actually in the emergency department already.
So what do you recommend to people who live near the algae?
Number one, don't jump in it. Number two, be smart. Stay away from it, just like you would a burning building. Don't go rushing into danger. If you can smell it, I'd wear a mask where you live. If you live along waterways, live some way to filter out the air that you're breathing. Certainly don't eat fish that you've caught out of estuary-driven water. And I'd say just being smart and avoid contamination like you would anything else.
Yeah, be smart. If your boyfriend offers you $100 to jump in, don't do it. It's not worth it.
Yeah.
Have you seen any cases of people who are reporting any illnesses from this?
We've seen a lot of strange rashes for which we do not have any good explanation. No respiratory symptoms so far, no neurologic symptoms. You know that even swimming in the water, swimming anywhere near the stuff, apparently you can drink about 2 ounces of water not unintentionally for every hour you spend swimming. So 2 ounces of stuff could be highly toxic to your liver.
Wow, very, very
so
scary.
Swimming, skiing, wakeboarding, being in the water itself poses an unnecessary risk, so just stay out.
All right, Dr. Scott McFarland with the Palm Beach Gardens Medical Center, thank you for being with us.
I'm delighted, thank you.
And protecting the environment. What you should do if you see algae blooms in local waterways near you. This is WPBF 25 News Chronicle, Algae Crisis.
Welcome you back to the WPBF 25 News Chronicle special Algae Crisis. Joining me now, Martin County Commissioner Ann Scott. Thanks for joining us tonight. We let you back clean up tonight, so I want to ask the question. If you had the power to do anything to deal with this crisis, if you were in charge, what would Ann Scott do?
The first thing I would do is get everyone involved at the table, from the federal level to the local level, the business people, the agriculture industry, and get them to work together. There's been enough finger pointing to last us a lifetime. We need to get to work together and get it done.
Succinct and to the point. Ann Scott, if you had one thing you could tell the people of your county, what would it be?
We are doing in Martin County what we always do best. We are raising our voice. We are demanding action. We are pushing and nudging as hard as we can. We are doing everything we can, and we won't stop.
County Commissioner Ann Scott, thank you.
Thank you.
Tiffany Flea.
All right, Todd, thank you. The Loggerhead Marine Life Center in Juno Beach is keeping a close eye on the algae blooms in an effort to protect endangered sea turtles.
Experts there are taking proactive steps to save turtles from the potentially toxic algae. They're joining forces with researchers at Florida Atlantic University to test a detox treatment.
The Department of Environmental Protection has set up a toll-free hotline to report algae blooms. That number is on your screen. It's 855-305 3903. Reported information will be relayed to the DEP, to the Florida Department of Health, and the Florida Fish and Wildlife Conservation Commission. Our web team continues to add more photos to our slideshow that graphically displays the algae crisis in photos. You can see the pictures by downloading the WPBF 25 News app.
The app is free for your Apple and Android device, and you can also share those pictures to your own Facebook or Twitter account.
Thank you so much for spending the past hour with us. We hope you were able to help you understand more about this algae crisis.